Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. Malam Nasir El-Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna State and former minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, had been in the news lately. And first, he was in the news because he visited the Social Democratic Party's headquarters, and the news began to fly that he was trying to relaunch himself into relevance after he was unceremoniously removed from the ministerial list of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then Bwala, one of the latest hires by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as an attack machine against Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, began to spread a lie that Peter Obi is planning to form a partnership with Nasir El-Rufai in SDP. When I heard that, I know it was concocted by Bwala, because since his new assignment is on Peter Obi, he tried to do everything on a daily basis to see that he brought out a story about Peter Obi. And that would be one of the most unlikely alliance ever that anyone can think about, that Peter Obi which will form an alliance with Nasir El-Rufai. No, Nasir El-Rufai is not likely to have any alliance with Peter Obi, because Nasir El-Rufai's record does not indicate somebody that can work with Peter Obi. And the idea that even Nasir El-Rufai should think about the presidency in 2027 is laughable, because in 2027 the presidency of Nigeria should remain with the south of Nigeria. This is because after 8 years of President Muhammad Buhari, common sense dictates that the presidency should stay in the south also for 8 years. For fairness, justice, and equity. So I don't see why people should be touting El-Rufai as a potential threat in 2027 presidential election. And also, the latest record coming out from the state that he ran just about 10 months ago indicate that the man left a huge debt for Kaduna State, to the level that Kaduna State is finding it difficult to pay salaries of workers. Now, what then is he bringing on board as presidential candidate or somebody who should be considered for higher office, when all he could do was to left a staggering debt overhang of about $587 million and 85 billion naira, according to the governor, who he was instrumental in his emergence as the governor of the state. I'm talking about Obasani. Now, all this put together call to question why people should even be considering him as a potential presidential material in 2027. Let us not forget his administration as governor. He was a highly divisive governor. Under him, Kaduna did not know peace. There was religious division, there was ethnic division, there was all kinds of killings that he couldn't control. As commander-in-chief, he failed woefully to protect life and property. In fact, under his administration, the Southern Kaduna People's Union or the Sakopa, or what they call it, alleged of ethnic cleansing in southern Kaduna. These are things that will work against his future political career, no matter how they will try to water it down, make it appear insignificant. And not the least of which these handicaps that they're going to face is the fact that he was on a video where he was boasting gleefully on how they were able to put the Christians in Kaduna State to their proper place, okay, in terms of marginalization. He was so proud of it that Christians are not going to occupy any strategic position in that state again because of the work that he did in suppressing them. And Nigeria is a multi-ethnic and multi-religious society. If he could not be able to manage the diversity in Kaduna State, how do you expect him to manage diversity in Nigeria? So those touting El-Rufai for presidency and things like that, they got it wrong. They'll have to look at the man's antecedent holistically. The other time, one of his songs was comparing El-Rufai with Peter Obi, and I laughed. Go and check the record of Peter Obi. Peter Obi did not leave any debts. Didn't do any debt for his predecessor. Peter Obi ran one of the best and transparent and most transparent governorship position in Nigeria. And the way he did it and how he did it was recognized even by Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who is now the Director General of World Trade Organization. So what is it that El-Rufai is bringing on board that will qualify him to be considered as a threat in the next election? He's not going to be a threat to Bola Ahmed Tinubu at all. He's not going to be, because first, the presidency cannot go back to the north after just 4 years in the south. That's a fact. And I think every reasonable person in any of the political parties should know that. Even Atiku Abubakar will be deceiving himself if he thinks that if he grabs the presidential ticket of the People's Democratic Party, that he can become president in 2027. It's not possible. It's not going to work. The presidency in 2027 is going to remain in the south. So if El-Rufai want to go on for presidency, it means he's ready to be a vice presidential candidate to a southern presidential candidate. Can El-Rufai and Peter Obi run in the same team? That's nearly impossible. Peter Obi, I think, should continue with Dati Baba Ahmed as his running mate. That team is a fantastic team that Peter Obi should continue to build on. It's a team that has been accepted by Nigerians. It's a team that Nigerians voted overwhelmingly for, but for the rigging of the election. So I don't see why Peter Obi will have any need to form an alliance with El-Rufai, as Daniel Bwala was alleging or postulating. But I know he just concocted that up because Peter Obi is having a robust relationship with Dati Baba Ahmed, his running mate in the last election. And even if Dati Ahmed said that he's no longer interested in politics, in 2027, there will always be other eligible people other than El-Rufai for Peter Obi to contest He doesn't have to pick El-Rufai as his running mate. And in any case, is El-Rufai ready to be a running mate to Peter Obi? Because El-Rufai also have the kind of mentality that Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, the new Nigerian People's Party, have. They are people of big egos. They think that the whole universe revolves around them. It is they or never. So I don't see how that can work out. So Daniel Bwala is being mischievous in trying to sell the narrative that Peter Obi want to leave Labour Party, want to go to SDP, just to create attention for himself, to show those who hired him that he's doing his job of following Peter Obi bumper to bumper. Because if you look at the online space, you see that Bwala does everything possible to mention Peter Obi at every of his public narrative of contemporary issues in Nigeria. So Peter Obi is like his assignment. That's why people should also know that whatever he says about Peter Obi should be taken with a pinch of salt. Oftentimes, it's not meant to be well intentioned. It was for ill intention. So that narrative that Peter Obi will form an alliance with El-Rufai is dead on arrival. It's a concocted story that holds no water at all. And El-Rufai himself, from all indication, cannot be a threat to 2027 presidency. And already he has been demystified. He has been demystified that I find it difficult to see why El-Rufai should be aiming for higher position, especially after that video, that viral video, where he was talking to Islamic clerics and was boasting how he was able to marginalize his fellow citizens in Kaduna State just because they share different religion from his own. And then look at what is happening with his relationship with Obasani, the man he helped to become governor. The man had come out to expose how he left a huge debt for the state, and the state is finding it difficult to manage. You are talking about a state whereby monthly allocation is about 10 billion and 7 billion is taken away as debt payment. So what else is left? Virtually nothing. And the governor, Obasani, is struggling to raise money to pay salaries. So that kind of legacy is not a legacy that shows somebody that should be trusted for future responsibility. That's a fact. So many things is against El-Rufai coming out in 2027, or even beyond that, because the truth be told, this country does not need a divisive leader, either as president or vice president. We have had enough of it. We have had enough of it, and there is a need to have a unifying force at the presidency. So any thoughts of Peter Obi and El-Rufai coming together is dead on arrival. Any thought of El-Rufai coming out on his own and achieving any reasonable thing to pose a threat against any certain presidential candidate in 2027 is also dead on arrival. 2027 remains the position, the turn of the South, and from all indication, I don't see why any Northerner should come out in 2027 that they want to be the president of this country, including Malam Nasir El-Rufai. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.